marketing.
The what?
The medias of digital marketing.
The medias of digital marketing.
Yes. Then
So
we
it's
talked
only
about goal.
I taught you medias
We
of
talked about
digital
goal.
marketing. Hey, Kelvin. I'm not the one that taught
Yes.
you the medias of digital marketing.
We talked about goals. Then how to identify your target audience.
Eh,
Then think.
rephrase that. Kelvin, rephrase that. What did I teach? I did not teach anything under medias of digital marketing. Is that even a topic? Is that even a thing? So what are the medias of digital marketing if I taught you that?
Sorry, excuse. I was.
Eh?
Sorry, excuse. I'm not getting what you're saying.
Can you hear me now?
Partially.
You said I thought about the medias of digital marketing. Is that not what you said?
Like the END, the paid social media, or like the social media, the
I
types of
said
social
they
media
are
marketing.
pillars. And listen, I said they are pillars of social media.
Pillars of.
I never said
Okay.
media of digital marketing. Please.
Okay. Thank you.
So what else again did I talk about?
We talked about a goal, what a goal is. We talked about how to identify a target audience, things to consider when targeting your social media. Then how to build your brand identity on social media.
Okay. Is that where we stopped?
Yes.
We're really far behind. I would appreciate if you guys turn up early for class. Honestly speaking. This is already the third week and we've not gone anywhere at all. At all. So you say we'll talk about the goals of social media, talk about how to identify your target audience. So did we talk about things to consider when choosing your social media platform?
Yes.
Okay. I remember we talked about building your brand identity on social media, right?
Yes.
Alright, so that
Yes.
means we
Yes.
so we're to kick off with types of content on social media. Types of content on social media. I hope you're writing materials.
Yes.
Yes.
Alright. So types of content on social media. So I know that some of you have the most popular one is video. Then open Instagram, open Facebook, Snapchat, even LinkedIn. That you will not see a video. Alright. So that's one type of content that is on social media. Another type of content you see is carousels. Carousels are mostly on Instagram. So carousels are usually pictures or graphics or information or infographics rather that carry information. All right. Let me see if I can share my screen and you know. All right. So let's go
Please
to.
come again.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. So, for example, this is a carousel. 30 content ideas for a food brand. All right. You're swiping, you're seeing that it's still a picture, but it has information on it. It's passing a message. All right. I see this product focused. This is also a carousel. All right. This is also a carousel. This is also a carousel. So just letting you see or understand what a carousel is. All right.
Yes.
All right. So now, before I even go deep into content types, I want to talk about something that is called. All right. So some people call this content buckets, but for this class, we'll address it as content pillars. So content pillars are simply categories or groups that you want your content to fall under. All right. So for example, it can be educational, it can be entertaining. All right. That's a pillar. Educational content pillar, entertaining. It can be promotional, it can be inspirational, it can be controversial. There's some people that they intentionally post things that would call for controversy so that they get the engagement that will push them and they will go viral. All right. So those are content pillars or buckets. All right. So I'll just briefly explain the examples of content pillars that I've given. All right. So just in case you don't get anything in today's class, maybe you're unable to write completely, this video will be uploaded on YouTube. All right. So once it's uploaded, I'll send you the link and you can go back and rewatch, because we don't really have much time and we have a lot to cover. So I'm trying my best to rush as much as possible. And my phone is already showing me that it's 13%. So that is also a constraint. So let's just run. And if at any point you can't hear me, please let me know. All right, because if you can't hear me, it's also going to affect the recording. All right. So if you can't hear me, let me know so that I'll either stop talking and fix what it is, or I just repeat what I said. So educational content. Let's start with educational content. It helps your brand, or it helps you to build trust with your audience. All right. We learn every day. All right. And people follow people that are showing up every day. People follow people that give value. So if you're showing up every day for your brand, you're giving value, you're posting content, your audience are learning something new, they will want to follow you. All right. So that's where educational content comes in. So it helps you build trust, and it helps you to position yourself as the industry leader. It helps you to position yourself as the expert, as the go-to plug. All right. With information, and people see you as the authority figure. People see you as the one with years of experience. People see you as the one with the information and the wisdom. All right. So if you want to post videos under educational content, you can do content formats like videos, FAQs. FAQs stand for frequently asked questions. Frequently asked questions. All right. So you could do a carousel that has FAQs inside them. You can also do case studies. You could do research. You could do how-tos. You could do tips. All right. You could do Wednesday tips or Tuesday tips, or just pick a day and do a series and build your brand and build trust with your audience. All right. It'll work. So another type of content pillar is inspirational. Inspirational. So inspirational often features real people using your product or services. So for example, the brand Bella Books on Instagram, you can go and check them out. They have released their own line of journals, line of Bibles, line of what's the word, prayer journals. All right. So planners as well. So what the founder did was that she has done several videos of her using her own products, and she has posted them online. So what does that do? It is inspiring people, all right, and it's also helping her build connection with her audience. So she's trying to say, if I can use my product and it has worked for me and these are the results, you too can use the product. It will definitely work for you and you would have similar results. Are you still with me?
Yes.
All right, fantastic. So it just makes your brand seem authentic. With the rise of artificial intelligence every minute, people want to see people use products and actually see the results. All right. I'm talking things like skincare, all these aspire to Maguire. Everybody's tired of it right now. So people want to see real people use the product. All right. So it gives this form of authenticity. All right. And it reinforces your brand's message. It reinforces your value. It reinforces your brand. And then there's the conversation content. So I've given you 3 types of content pillars. I said educational, I said inspirational, and now there's a conversation. All right. So what this does is that it encourages your audience to engage with you. And one place that you can do this is with your stories. All right. So you could post maybe a question or a poll or a quiz on your story, and your target audience will actually interact with it. All right. One thing I know is that Instagram stories actually reaches your non-followers as well. So if I'm not following you and you post something on your story, there's actually a percentage chance of me actually seeing it, even though I'm not following you. All right. And then lastly, I want to talk about promotional content. I don't know how many of us have seen Bimbo or Adeswa or Tony Abraham. They'll just do one skit or something funny or kiki, and at the end they are showing their new YouTube video or their new film or something that they're promoting. Yeah. Promotional content. Everything boils down to the marketing of that content. So even if they dance or they jump or they shout in the video, at the end they are promoting something, they are pushing something to you. They want you to register, they want you to watch, they want you to click, they want you to take action for something. All right. So I've said educational, I've said conversational, I've said inspirational, and then there's promotional. However, everything that I've said here this evening, this is not the entire list. All right. Some people go ahead to add BTS behind the scenes. My phone is 10%. Some people go ahead to add BTS behind the scenes as a content pillar for their brand. All right. So some people add things like community building. So some brands will do things where they ask their followers to maybe turn up for an event, and then they do a post or maybe create a group or something. Everything that they're trying to do is they're trying to build a community, they're trying to build a brand, they're trying to build authenticity. All right. So I was talking earlier about content formats. I mentioned reels or videos, and I mentioned carousels. So you could also use your image on your normal picture. There's also like something like written post, was known for different things on different platforms. So for LinkedIn is a post, on Facebook is post, on X is a tweet, all right? On Threads is a thread, all right? So written post, you can also post on your stories, and then there's something called GIFs, GIFs, GIF, GIFs. So this is just short. It's like WhatsApp stickers, right? Not animated videos or sometimes pictures that are usually less than 3 seconds. I think, yes, usually less than 3 seconds. All right. So there's GIFs, and then there's poll, POLL. So it's just a question with options. I think Instagram, the story has a maximum of 4 options. Yes. So you just put your question and 4 options, and people have to pick just one. All right. And then there's live video. So Instagram can go live, Facebook can go live. Twitter's one is called Twitter Space. And people are doing things with that. So that's another form of content format. All right. So any question here? Any question?
Ma, please, what is GIFs?
Just GIFs. GIFs are usually short animated pictures or videos that are usually less than 3 seconds. Did you get that?
Yes.
All right. So I remember in our last class, I talked about paid media, earned media, and owned media. So now, who can remind me of the meaning of earned media?
Okay. Earned media is a public or personal promotion of your brand or products.
It's not complete now. Definition is not complete.
Example.
The
Try again.
definition of earned media.
Earned media. Oh.
Earned media is a public or personal promotion of products. There you gave example, customer review or comments.
Yeah. So I wanted to hear by another person. So if you say public promotion, by who? Do you get? So it's somebody else that is promoting your product or your brand or your service online, all right? So maybe you have a cafe or a kitchen and they came, they ate your meal and you didn't even ask them to do anything. They do a
Ah, see.
video and they post or they just write something on their stories and so did you
Six. Seems to be. Yeah.
I did not leave for it. I wish you. Is she the one that there? The one was there.
so sorry, call came in. So confirm if you can hear me now.
Yes, we can hear you.
Alright, so I was asking the meaning of earned media and I'm grateful that you guys still remember. So now I just want to talk about like how you can acquire earned media. All right. So what can you do as a brand, a business, a service that would increase your earned media? The number one thing, or should I say, effective strategies for earning media. All right. So number one, create engaging content. I don't know if you guys know the owner of Joseph Sports.
No.
His social media handle is called Cruise with Joe. Cruise with Joe. You can go and check him out. All right. He just creates engaging content that resonates with his audience. All right. That's one. Secondly, nurture relationships you may have with other brands, media members, and journalists. All right. So, as a small or growing business, you may not know journalists, you may not know even TV stations, you may not know all of that, but nurture relationships that you have with your customers. All right. That's why anyone
Other
that's
one.
going into business, sorry,
No. Not you, ma.
that's why anyone that's going into business, customer service is very important. Customer service is as in excellence in customer service is very important. All right. So whatever you're doing, make sure that you nurture relationships that you have with people that come in contact with your brand. All right. So that's that. Number three, ensure that you're providing more than satisfactory service to your customers or to your target audience. Always make sure that you over deliver. All right. So there's a saying that under promise and then over deliver. All right. So if whatever it is that you are giving, as I don't want to give any particular example right now, but whatever it is that your brand rather or your service is providing, all right, make sure that you over deliver. And then lastly, encourage others within your organization to share, to post. So if you're a business owner, you're a brand owner, you definitely have staff working for you. All right. So always encourage them to take ownership of the brand. Let them share the brand online. Let them talk about the brand like it's theirs. All right. So let them post, let them reshare, let them tweet, let them like, let them engage. And to be honest with you, if you treat your staff well, if you treat your staff well, they will treat your business well. All right. So any question?
No, ma'am.
I know that this class was to be 1 hour. My phone is about to die. All right. So what I would do is that tomorrow's class, if you guys come early, we would spend extra time to make up for today. All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much. See you guys tomorrow, 7 o'clock. Before you say you do not know, it's 7 o'clock.
Okay, ma'am.
Bye.
That's what she hates you.